Now the latest from ITV News in the West Country with Kylie Pentelow and JONTY Messer.
Hello and welcome to Thursday's programme.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30. A look at education post-lockdown in South Gloucestershire. Could old style of school exams now be a thing of the past?
I think there is an opportunity to reform and reconsider what children need to know and understand in their education.
Good evening. The principal of a school in South Gloucestershire says the lack of formal exams this summer should prompt talks over permanent changes to the way children are tested.
Thousands of students are currently sitting in-class assessments to be marked by their own teachers, after most spent nearly a year learning at home.
KATHERINE Ogden of King's Oak Academy in Kingswood says the pandemic presents an opportunity to reform a key part of the education system. As Richard Payne now reports.
The final moments before an exam generate emotions many know only too well. But this year's pupils are being tested like never before. This history GCSE, like all the others, is an in-class assessment marked by the school's teachers, not an exam board. But even with the shorter tests taken in more familiar surroundings, some pressures remain the same.
I feel like excited and nervous, and because you've been home from the lockdown, and it feels a bit nervous.
I think in this circumstance I'd rather have the teacher assess grades, because I've been doing a lot more work over a longer period, especially because of lockdown. So I think having just a final exam now wouldn't be ideal.
Like every school, the majority of pupils at this one have spent the best part of a year learning remotely. Nearly 1,000 on site now make it look and sound normal. It's been anything but, though, for pupils, staff and parents. It's also given rise to questions from some as to whether GCSEs are now fit for purpose.
I think there is an opportunity to reform and reconsider what children need to know and understand in their education, and I think as part of that process we will have to think about, if we're going to change what we teach and why we teach it, we then need to reconsider how we're going to assess that.
KATHERINE Ogden has only been permanent principal here since November and has had to adapt quickly to COVID-enforced changes.
How easy or difficult has it been to create this new environment that children are going to have to be assessed in?
We have had to work very flexibly and in challenging circumstances. For some students who potentially their previous experience could be quite anxiety-inducing, this is an opportunity for children to really focus on what they know, the paper in front of them, and showing themselves in the best light, which perhaps might be a positive opportunity for young people, but clearly very different to what we've been very much used to.
Different for teachers too, who will be under close scrutiny themselves, not to overinflate results.
We have made sure here that it's going to be really fair, really robust, but at the same time making sure that everybody's got the opportunity to show us what they're made of. They've spent so long away from their teachers, even just having the teacher stood in the room will just give them that extra bit of a boost that they've got this.
What they have got won't be known until the second week of August, when the results of their work are confirmed. Richard Payne, ITV News, Kingswood, South Gloucestershire.